This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.
All right, welcome to the afternoon show presented by ESEN. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Tony Gonzalez, Jay Biden Moment, and Frankie C. What's going on, guys?
Frankie, what's going on, man? I see you got your new green screen now.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I got my new green screen. It's going pretty well. You know, I'm still learning. I'm still getting the kinks out of it, but it's going good. You see my new house. You know, I'm living in a brand new mansion. Like I said before we started, I got a piano over here that I bought, and I don't even play it. But, you know, I might as well learn it sometime.
Yeah, I know that's not your house, but there's no laundry basket in front of the TV, so I don't know what we're talking about.
Go teach them kids how.
It's in the laundry room.
Teach them girls how to play that piano.
No, I'm doing good, man. Hey, there's a lot of trades that's going on. So what's going on, Billy? There's a lot of trades going on. I know we're going to get into that. You know, unfortunately, the Rockets didn't pull any trades. We didn't trade for anybody. I don't know that we really needed to do it. You know, I thought maybe they might do something for Kevin Garnett. I know that was floated out there. It doesn't look like anything came to fruition out of that, which in my mind, I'm actually kind of okay with, you know, Gonzo and Frankie, because I didn't think we really needed to add anybody right now.
Well, you guys did make a trade not so long ago. The Celtics traded Jaden Springer to the Rockets in return that the Celtics are getting a 2031 second-round pick. Rockets are also receiving a 2027 second-round pick and a 2030 second-round pick.
Yeah. You know what they say about second-round picks? That's a maybe. You got maybe a couple of maybes in there. I don't know about Springer. I really don't know much about that guy. So, I mean, let's put it this way. Nothing that the Rockets and Celtics did that was head-turning or roster-shaping. You know what I mean? Unless maybe one of those picks pans out.
I'm just glad the Pacers didn't end up with Bronny James, so we're good.
There's still time. There is still time.
You got your center.
Got four. We got, you know what? We did get our center. That is true.
That's a good pickup for
I know. I'm so excited.
And he's young. So that's good. That's great.
Was it Mark Andrews? Is that who you got?
Mark Andrews? No.
He's a football player.
That's a football player.
But... No, not Mark Andrews. I was saying
There's another Mike moment.
You can't even catch a football. You expect him to catch a basketball?
What's about Mark, what's his? But his first name is Mark, though, isn't it? Mark something.
Williams.
Mark Williams. Okay.
I think it was, isn't it, Williams?
Yeah, Mark Williams.
Yep. I don't even know.
He's only he's only like 23 years old.
23 years old.
But he has had a couple injuries. But if he's healthy, dude's pretty good, and that'd be something you can build around him and Luka for the future.
That is interesting, though.
I think it's a good pickup.
I think he was averaging like
17
points a game.
He's got a longer standing reach than Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah,
that's crazy. How tall is he? 7 what?
7 foot, I believe.
Is he right at 7 even?
I think so.
Man,
what'd you think about Butler going to Golden State, guys?
Yeah, considering the fact, I thought it was interesting because he said specifically he would not sign an extension if they sent him there, that he would just wait and become a free agent. And now you see he signed that 2-year, $121 million extension. I mean, I didn't really think he would sign it. I didn't think he would pull that trigger.
Well, the funny thing about that, Jay, is he couldn't even finish getting packed up. I'm pretty sure he didn't even get to his socks drawer yet, and he already signed an extension with the Golden State Warriors. That's the crazy part about it. The Warriors had no hesitation to be like, listen, we'll give you money, whatever. We don't care. What's really surprising is they didn't trade Draymond Green. There was news going around that Draymond Green was on the trade talk.
Well, I think that had to stem because a lot of people thought they was going to get Durant. And if they got Durant, then Green was going to go.
I've been hearing the last couple hours. We don't know if it's going to happen because we're about, I think, 45 minutes away from the trade deadline being over. teams are heavily pursuing the Phoenix Suns to try and land Kevin Durant. So KD say he doesn't want to leave Phoenix. He wants to stay in Phoenix. But at the end of the day, we all know it's not what you want. It's what the franchise need, and that's that.
Did you guys happen to see what that player? I believe he plays for Golden State. Maybe he got traded. Maybe he was mad. Schroeder said. Did you guys see what he said?
I heard
They
he
were
said
talking about
something. I
it.
didn't catch what he said though.
Yeah, I didn't hear him.
Yeah, he said the NBA trade deadline is comparable to slavery.
Damn.
That's
Really?
because,
Yes,
that's because he's been getting traded nonstop for the past 13 years.
that's what he said.
And he messed up business wise big time when he got offered that big ass contract from the Lakers. He got offered that real big deal and he turned it down and went somewhere else.
Yeah.
And didn't even get like a quarter of that. He cost himself a bunch of money.
Yeah, I couldn't
I
believe
just think that to me that just seems like a ridiculous statement to make. I mean, super ridiculous. I don't think the trade deadline is anywhere as even near what slavery was.
No.
I don't even think it's close to being what. Not that I know because I wasn't a slave, but you got to imagine. I mean, to me that's insensitive. That's about as insensitive as that one UFC fighter that made the comment about Hitler. You know, and then Dana White came out and said that was the most absurd thing he ever heard, but that you do have freedom of speech, so there's nothing I can really do about it. I mean, people are just making some really extremely absurd comments, and I don't even think they know what they're saying or realize what they're saying.
My thing is you can't have it both ways. You can't be mad that you get traded and then all these players don't honor their contracts. So you
Right, exactly.
So you got all these players that are not honoring their contract, get mad, want to leave, but then they get mad if the league don't want them there, want to trade them. So you can't have it. You can't have it both ways.
I agree. You can't. But and that's the thing. People don't understand. This is a business. Whether you like it or not, you're in a business. And sometimes you get traded. It just is what it is. Maybe you didn't fit the need of the team at that particular time, you know, but at least they're still getting paid an absorbent amount of money. So what are you going to do about it? I mean, it's just part of the game.
Hey, Billy, did you get a chance to check out that wrestling show last night? If you did, what'd you think of it?
Guys, how much? First of all, how much you guys think Butler helps Golden State? Does it get them in the playoffs? Does it make them a contender?
I mean, it's a nice older 1-2 punch, but I don't think it's. I think it's enough to keep maybe get them in the playoffs, but I don't think it's going to go farther than that. I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to competitively compete with the Rockets or OKC, or even Memphis Grizzlies for that matter. Yeah, I agree. Young kids got to think before you speak. I mean, just some of the comments they're making, it's just so asinine. It's ridiculous.
I think Jimmy Butler, I think he'll do well in Golden State. I really do. Just hopefully he doesn't bring that attitude that he had the last couple of seasons from Miami to Golden State, because that will really, Draymond don't deal with that. But it also comes down to Draymond's health. He hasn't been healthy this year really much. He's played a couple games, but realistically hasn't played, I think, more than probably 30, maybe more. But he's been hurt a lot. Steph Curry having a bad, he's having an okay year. I wouldn't say he has a bad year, but he's also not having the Steph Curry year that we are normally used to seeing Steph Curry do. But having Jimmy come in there, I'm hoping that, it helps Steph Curry's game a little bit more, because we've seen what he's done when he had Klay Thompson on that team. So having Klay Thompson lead that team, it all comes down on him now. Everybody knows that it's mainly him that's going to shoot the ball or have the ball in his hands. Having Jimmy Butler in this team, I think it'll help Steph Curry be what he used to be. But who knows, is it too late into the season for them to try and have a comeback? Because if I'm not mistaken, they're not even in the play-in right now.
Yeah. I think that this gives them a chance to make the playoffs this season if Draymond, like Frankie said, if Draymond can get healthy, and I do think Butler he's going to help offensively, but he's also going to help them a lot defensively.
Yeah,
because when they lost Klay, I know Klay wasn't the same defender he was before the injury, but he was still a pretty good defender. So you lost that. Steph don't play a whole lot of defense with Draymond out. I mean, right there, that was their main defender. So I do think getting Butler is going to help them. I don't know if it's going to be enough to make it maybe out of the first.
Interesting.
I don't think Billy. I don't think they were talking about the Royal Rumble. I think they were talking about the indie show that was recorded last night. It was actually shown here on the network. If you haven't seen it yet, you should go catch it. I actually watched it, Chris and Tony. And hell, what a start to that! Literally, I watched the start of that your guys' show, and I was mind blown on how the fans, like, you guys were not joking when you were telling us beforehand, but like the fans' reactions to that was insane. I thought the owner coming out talking shit, excuse my language, and going and being like, I got my stuff in the back. I know I'm a retired wrestler, but I got my trunks back there, and I'm gonna kick your ass. I loved it. I'm like, you love a show when an owner comes out and is like, yo, I got my stuff in the back, bro. I'll still kick your ass. It was a great show.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It
was a lot of fun.
I actually enjoyed watching it back last night. It was airing because you could tell we were screaming on commentary. We were screaming on commentary because you couldn't hear nothing to do.
And the seats were so close to us, and I'm so damn short. I had to stand most of the show to be able to see.
I thought it was funny. I don't know who said it, but somebody in the ring was talking. The champion was talking in the ring, and somebody was commentating saying, "What is he saying? I don't know what the hell he's saying." And somebody was like, "I'll translate for you. I'm an asshole. I'm a
that was Marcus. That was the guy. He said, "Yeah, I'm a big piece of shit." He said, "I'm a big piece of shit."
Hey, Tony, all you got to do, man, is have Chris give you a piggyback ride, and you'll probably get a better view of the seat. No big deal.
That might work, but he I don't think he can hold me too long. Then we'd both be down.
Okay, what Billy was saying, all he saw was the Rumble match at the beginning of that show, so he saw about the first 45 minutes of the show. And
that's about where I was. By the time I got into
Frankie, did you see were you still on there when Chavo at the end?
Yeah, I saw Chavo at the end too.
He's still faster than shit, man.
He's fast, but you know what? He looks really, really like weird. Like I feel like I'm used to seeing him with like more facial hair or more hair on the top of his head. He's just like ages catch up to that man. I thought it never catch up to Mexican. Look at Tony. I didn't expect it to catch up to Chavo.
There you go. Hey, I had the wrong Gonzalez in there. I think it was Austin, like Glenn said, that could definitely lift Tony.
Plus, I have too much going on over here. I'm trying to operate a camera, talk, operate the laptop.
Wow, that's interesting. So, now, excuse my ignorance, but Chavo Guerrero, now that is the son of Eddie Guerrero?
The nephew.
Or the nephew. Okay, he's the nephew of Eddie Guerrero. Okay.
Yeah, he's Chavo Guerrero
Senior.
Okay.
And that's Eddie's older brother.
Okay, I got you. Marcus was like a little kid. Marcus was telling kids in front of us to sit down.
yeah.
Because he couldn't see.
Marcus don't care.
But you know what? That's the thing about it, though. Is like, even I'm like that when I go to a WWE event. They come around here in Albany and stuff like that. I know you guys, Chris and Tony, you guys were like that at the Royal Rumble. And when you're a fan of wrestling, man, it brings the inner kid of you. I feel like, especially if you didn't have that moment when you were a young kid going to shows. I know Tony and Chris probably went when, obviously when Chris was young, Tony was probably middle age because, he's ancient right now. But, I feel like us going now, it's like, yeah, we're going to bring out that inner child in us. We don't care where we are. We could be in an indie show. We could be at freaking TNA. We could be at freaking, probably not AEW because they're ass. But
yeah. Hey, Tony, you ain't got to take that from Frankie just because he's still on Pedialyte.
Did you see the video I put out of the guy getting thrown through that glass tube house?
Yeah.
That was nuts.
Yeah, that was at the midnight show later on that night.
Yeah, he ended up at the hospital. He had to get
Did you see that, Jay?
He had to get some stitches and some staples.
Wow. Yeah, I did see. I saw a little bit of it. I did. I didn't see all of it, but I did see a little bit of it. I still think that's crazy. Now, did they do? They did. Was it the death match, or where they put the glass on at the end of that? Right? Or was that after like the late night part of it?
Yeah, it was a different show. They had that show that we aired last night, and then at midnight that night, back at their place, they had the hardcore show.
Right. Okay. I remember that. Okay, that's the part I was okay. Interesting.
All right, so we're 24 minutes away from the NBA trade deadline. I do have news right now that the Los Angeles Clippers are trading Terrence Mann and Bones Highland to the Atlanta Hawks for Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic.
And, yep, and 3 second-round picks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Atlanta is stacking up some picks right now.
Yeah, they are, and they traded a pretty good player. Cleveland got that one player. I forget his name. Pretty good player, Hunter, I believe.
Oh yeah, that was DeAndre Hunter.
Yeah, he's pretty good, and that's going to help Cleveland.
Hey, well, let me ask this real quick. On the other end of that trade, the Butler trade, what did y'all think? How do y'all feel about Mitchell Wiggins? That's his dad. How do you think about Andrew Wiggins going to Miami and helping that team out, Bam Adebayo and company?
I think he likes it. Not only are you,
I still like Wiggins. I really do.
I think it's a good fit for him because not only are you in South Beach, a lot of people like to play in South Beach for some reason, and also not only are you in South Beach right now, but you get to play with Tyler Hero, who's a phenomenal player on the Miami Heat, in my opinion, and you got Bam Adebayo. So I feel like they've been missing that core piece. It's kind of like a win-win on both sides. Because, I feel like Andrew Wiggins is still a good ball player. So is Jimmy Butler. Just Jimmy Butler was doing his thing because he didn't want to play with these guys no more. So having Andrew Wiggins go to this lineup, especially getting coached by Eric Spoelstra, I mean, it's going to be an amazing, fit. It's a win-win. Honestly, I feel like it's a win-win for both these players.
And he probably likes it too because state tax is going to be a lot less in Miami than what he's paying there in California.
Yeah, although, hey, don't let it get you fooled, though. Miami's still a super expensive place.
Yeah, Miami's expensive as hell.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but their taxes aren't as bad as
the taxes are. I do think, though, that the cost of living could be comped to California. Not the taxes. I think you're right about the taxes. But that cost of living, Gonzo, I knew when I walked into a damn bar and I got 2 drinks and I paid $30. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's like going to the Royal Rumble. Two beers cost you $30. I didn't even buy none. I bought a $20 Super Bowl square.
Did you at least get a Royal Rumble cup?
They didn't have you. If you got the souvenir cup in the concession stand, it was Indianapolis Colts cup.
That's dumb.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So what do you guys think about the Lakers trade?
I think the Lakers are starting to add up a little bit with some of these additions, like you were saying earlier.
I heard that I heard they went up in the odds to number 4 to make it to the maybe I don't think it was the championship, maybe the conference finals, or maybe it was the championship, but they moved up as far as odds wise after this trade they made last night.
I mean, the Lakers aren't that bad a spot right now. They're in 5th place at 19.
Before they made the Doncic trade, the Lakers were 16-1 to win the NBA championship, and the Dallas Mavericks were 66-1. After they made that trade, they swapped spots.
Yeah.
But then the Lakers moved back up some when they made that trade last night. Yeah, but they moved Dallas all the way up to 16-1 to win the championship after they got Davis, and moved the Lakers back to 66-1.
Really?
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
They picked up Luka, which is crazy to me.
Yeah,
and then I'm
crazy.
sure they went up some now since they've made that trade last night.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, they got their forward solidified. They got their center, solidified as long as he stays healthy. I mean, there's some people that think that AR-15 should be traded. I don't think so. I mean, I still think he's got some value. Yeah, Frankie, there's some people
Who's
out
saying
there
that?
15 is trash.
Who's saying that?
I just saw it on Facebook. A few commenters.
I hope it's a fake source.
On Facebook.
No, I'm not. Hey, I'm not saying it's on the big level. I'm just saying there's some people out there that don't like AR-15 that are Lakers fans.
A lot of the guys on the radio when I was listening last night were saying that they think that the Lakers' big 3 is going to be Luka, Williams, and Reeves. It's going to be the big 3 that they're going to build around.
That's interesting.
They're going to build around for the next 10 years.
I mean, they have to. I mean, literally, teams have been asking for Austin Reeves the past 2 years. The Lakers are obviously not going to trade him. They've been saying for the past 2 years they like Austin Reeves. They want to keep Austin Reeves, and I think that's a great idea, Chris. I think you should build a. Now that you traded Dalton Connect away to the Charlotte Hornets, now you have no choice but to build around Luka and Austin Reeves and now Mark Williams. So I like it. I like this new lineup of the Lakers. Mark Williams is he's 7'2", by the way. I know we say he was 7 foot. He's 7'2". So that's 2 extra inches there. Plus, like I said before, he has a longer standing reach than Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah.
And that dude has arms for days. So I think this is a great.
I don't know though, Frank.
I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm not a Lakers fan at all. But just as if I was a fan of the Lakers, I would be excited about it because at least they have a plan. At least you can see they have a plan,
right?
That they're trying to execute for when LeBron leaves. Where a lot of these teams, you can't see that they have some kind of a plan. Right. So if I was a fan of the Lakers, I would be happy about that. It's like, yeah, at least they have a plan.
And
on the Lakers, I didn't like that Dalton neck trade. I thought Dalton was going to be another one of your good sharpshooters that they let get away from them. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite them, letting him go.
I think what Williams brings that team is going to be more valuable because they really needed a big. Like, I mean, I understand what you're saying because Connect's a heck of a shooter, but I think what Williams is going to bring that team defensively and offensively, being with Luka, I think is going to end up being more valuable than what Connect was going to be with the way the team.
What I like is, and it's really weird to say because I have a feeling this might be true. The Lakers are not involving LeBron James in any of this. The Mark Williams trade was actually brought up by Luka to Rob Pelinka. I don't think it was name based. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure Luka actually said the name and they went and they got him, but he definitely went to Rob Pelinka and said, "Listen, we're gonna need a set center on this team." So at least showing that Luka's putting some insight on this franchise and telling Rob Pelinka like what we need. It goes to show that obviously the Lakers are ready to build and then are ready to show that this team is Luka's team now. Yeah. As much as people love LeBron, as much as people say LeBron is a GOAT, I'm not gonna say he's the GOAT, but as you know, he's a GOAT. The fact that the Lakers are not mentioning LeBron being involved in any of these trade talks goes to show really how long does LeBron have in the Laker uniform.
The Lakers have moved up to the sixth favorite to win the title at.
I'll take it
at plus 1,700.
I'll take it.
The Mavericks have failed. They're at 11th favorite at plus 4,700.
Who's the favorite? I assume Boston.
Yeah, Boston's the favorite. OKC's the second favorite. Then Cleveland, New York, Denver, Lakers.
You know what's funny is Luka's debuting as a Laker this Saturday against your guys' Pacers, and news just broke out today, Jay, that Anthony Davis is debuting for the Mavs this Saturday against your Rockets. So
yeah, and right now, and I don't like. I mean, we're kind of in a hard spot right now because Van Fleet and
don't start your excuse making. Don't you do it?
No, I'm not excuse making. No, they're out. Like they're injured. Like some of our star players are out. I'm not saying
next man up.
They have Golden State favored ahead of the Mavericks right now to make it to win the championship.
You know, Jay, now that you mentioned that, you got some injured players, maybe that's the reason why the Rockets went and made that trade.
What do you think the Pacers are?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point, honestly.
They don't get no respect, so hell, they're probably below Dallas.
Oh, they're below Dallas. Pacers are plus 12,000.
Well, what y'all think about the Suns trade? They let go of Nurkic and they picked up Charlotte Hornets Cody Martin and Vilicic, or however you say his name, Michik, whatever you say his name. They picked up and they got looks like they got a 2026 second round pick. And I was looking at the scores of what they're averaging. Nurkic hasn't played since January 5th. And Cody Martin, but they're both averaging about the same points. Nurkic is averaging about 7 points, 6 rebounds, and That's basically about what Cody Martin's averaging, and that's basically what Martin or Vincent Mitchik or whatever the fuck you say that guy's. God, that guy's got a weird name. I'm sorry, you can't put that many consonants next to each other. I can't pronounce all them damn letters.
Chris, us being Pacer fans, they haven't really done a whole lot. Are you pretty happy? I mean, I think we've got a pretty solid team.
I didn't think they would do much. Was going to do much at the trade deadline. We got off to a little bit of a rough start, but since we got healthy, we've won what 12 of our last 15 games.
Yeah,
I think it is. We've been playing pretty well, and even though, like our last 3 games, we haven't played great, but we was still able to win 2 of them. So it's nice to when you win some games when you're not playing at your best. I thought if they done anything, they might try to get another shooter, but I like the team, especially it'd be nice if
got a lot of depth.
If we get if Wiseman could get healthy, a couple guys like that.
right.
But no, I really like the Pacers, and like I said, we're 4th in the East, and we're not very far out from being 3rd in the East right now. And
Bryant's been a really good pickup.
I think we're dangerous against any team in a 7-game series.
Y'all see that OKC is getting ready. Speaking of injuries, that OKC is getting back Chet Holmgren at this point now. I wonder how much more dangerous that's going to make that team now that he's back in the lineup. I mean, that OKC team, I'm still think that's pretty amazing.
I agree, Glenn. I think Lakers are going to be disappointed on Saturday as well.
That's interesting. That is interesting. And then you got poor PJ Tucker, man. That guy has literally bounced around, I think, between 5 or 6 different teams before the damn trade deadline is even over with. I think now he went from the Heat. Now he's on the Raptors at this point, I believe.
I think the Pacers play the Clippers tonight.
I'd heard some rumors that the Pacers might trade Toppin, but
yeah, they play the Clippers tonight. That game don't start till freaking 20-11.
Hey, just then, Schroeder just got traded to the Pistons. Poor Schroeder. He's another one that just can't seem to stick.
Pistons might be a good place for him.
Yeah. Where's Detroit right now? Detroit's in the playoffs, aren't they? Or currently in the
I think they had fell some, but they're
7.
close.
They're at number 7 right now.
Okay,
They're a lot better than what they have been the last couple of years.
they're ahead of.
Oh, absolutely. They're definitely better. What were they last year? Weren't they like damn near dead last? I think last year almost.
I think so.
Good night, man. Well,
I'll tell you what,
nowhere to go but up.
For a team that made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, the Pacers are getting no respect at all.
Man, that sounds like a Rodney Dangerfield quote.
And we're healthy and we're healthier right now than what we was last year. Because last year we didn't have Mathurin for any of that run. Now we have him. I mean,
Killing dog.
Hey, free Pablo. Can somebody go there? Free Pablo, please.
Somebody can go over and choke him.
Big Glenn says Schroeder has completed the Rainbow Challenge. He's just playing with house money now. I mean, yeah, honestly, and I don't think PJ Tucker's that far behind him. Yeah.
Tucker's been around for a while.
Yeah, Tucker has been around. I think he's probably been in the league, 13, 14, some odd years like that, I believe. I mean, he's been around since the Rockets had Chris Paul back when they had Golden State on the brink of elimination before Chris Paul went down with injury. I mean, I think he was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was on that squad as well. And that's been a hot minute.
Your Rockets play the Timberwolves tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. I mean, right now we're hurting, man. Right now we're on a 4-game losing streak, so we're not playing our best basketball right now, unfortunately.
That game starts at 8 o'clock Eastern, 8:10 Eastern. Pacers don't start till almost 11 o'clock Eastern. It's fucking crazy, man. Sometimes I hate when they play on the West Coast.
I might watch a little.
And here's what's messed up about it. This will be their third game in a row on the West Coast, and all three of them had different start times. One was at 9 o'clock, one was at 10, and then this one's at 10:40.
I think 10 o'clock is a ridiculous time to play a game. Like, who is up at 10 o'clock at night?
Well, but they're on the West Coast, so
it's 7 o'clock.
they're in Los Angeles, so it's only 7 o'clock there.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. I can understand that. You're right.
That's still, I mean, well, it'd be like, 7:40 there. That sucks for us, like here, because like the game don't start till almost 11.
Yeah. I mean, like, who's up at 11 o'clock at night unless you don't have a job? I mean, I can't imagine anybody being up at 11 and then trying to go back to work the next day. Well, actually, it's just the next day literally is in an hour. So, I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy time.
Detroit is now acquiring Dennis Schroeder from the Utah Jazz. Now you got traded from Golden State to Utah, and now from Utah to Detroit. Is it getting any worse?
Well, at least he's on a better team in Detroit than he was with Utah.
Another pick, another trade out right now, 12 minutes ago from Sam's. The Atlanta Hawks are trading Cody Zeller and Houston's 2028 second round pick back to the Houston Rockets.
Wait, what's that? Say that again?
So Atlanta's trading Cody Zeller and Houston's 2028 second round pick back to Houston.
So you just getting Zeller?
You're getting Zeller and you're getting back your 2028 second round draft pick.
Wow. And what did Houston have to give up?
That's not out yet. I'm still waiting on news on that pick.
They gave up like 3 players.
Well, hey, as long as they're the 3 players we don't need, I'm okay with that.
I'll be honest with you. I was going to say your guys' best player, but I don't know the Houston Rockets players' names off the top of my head, so I couldn't come up with a name.
Well, you got Jabari Smith Jr., but he's injured right now. Then you got Van Fleet, but he's out right now with injury. Then you got Jalen Green, but they're not going to give up any of those guys.
Here's how much NBA I've watched besides the Pacers this year. I just found out like a week and a half ago that Russell Westbrook was on the Denver Nuggets now.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either. I was flipping through it. I was like, Westbrook's on the Nuggets? What the hell did this happen?
I'm going to try to remember tonight and try to watch some of the Pacer game tonight. I'm off tonight, so I'm going to try to watch some of it.
Zeller's a good player, though.
Yeah, Cody Zeller. I don't, in all honesty, I don't really know a whole lot about Cody Zeller.
He played for IU, so I watched him a lot in college.
Well, does he have a good 3-ball?
Yeah, he ain't really
He's a
known
center.
for 3-point shooting. He's a center. He's more.
Cody Zeller's a center?
Yeah.
See, I told you I don't know much about him. I really don't know much about him.
His stat this year currently, it shows the stats from 2023 to 2024 season. He averaged 1.8 points a game, 2.6 rebounds a game, and 0.9 assists a game with a shooting field goal of a 41.9.
Jeez.
That was last year.
He ain't played much the last couple of seasons.
I'm about to say, that really gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling about Mr. Zeller. Good night, man. I mean, trades like that that doesn't do anything, right? I mean, I don't.
Yeah, Billy, I saw the Rockets was +1 and the Pacers +5. I really like the Pacers +5 tonight against the Clippers. And then I don't know. Like I said, I ain't watched enough of the Rockets. They're playing the Timberwolves, but on the road, and they're only a 1-point underdog. So, I mean, it's pretty good.
But Jay said they got quite a few injuries.
Yeah, we got like 3 of our main players out with injury, and then we got a couple of suspect players out with injury. So, and and a lot of that. I mean, Van Fleet is a huge guy. That's a lot of production you're losing right there, especially when you're going up against some of the tougher teams. But we'll see. I mean, I think right now Memphis did slide up to the number 2 spot. Houston slid back to the number 3 spot. So, and it's about half a game difference between both teams. So, Houston really does need to get the W tonight, just to kind of keep pace with Memphis. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to watch that game tonight just to see how that pans out. But
realistically,
Randall is out as well. Julius Randall is out with injury, and then there's another Minnesota player that's out with injury as well.
Realistically, Jay, do you think Houston will finish the season top 5 in the West?
Yeah, if they get Van Fleet back from injury and can stay healthy, yeah, I think they can stay in the top 5. I really do. I really do. We're gonna have to stay healthy.
Did you expect Houston to be at the start of this season? Did you expect them to be at the?
Yeah, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I did not. But you know what? But I'll tell you, it goes to show you how good of a coach I believe that Ime Udoka is. I mean, that guy really does get the most out of his teams. You know, I mean, that's what he did with the Celtics, right? When he got them in the playoffs his first year there. You know, he kind of carried that forward. So, you know, I think
you just got to keep him out of the front office so they don't run him out of there.
Oh no, we have he's got this little thing he wears around his neck, and they buzz him when he gets too close to that door. Yeah, it's all good. We got a plan in place, Gonzo.
What was that show when if it had was a bomb to your neck? What was that called?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there was they wore these necklaces, and if they go somewhere they're not.
Tony, you over there watching Faces of Death?
The main premise was if it was like two prisoners, and if they got too far apart, their head exploded. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Yeah, that sounds like Saw.
Saw.
Remember when she had the shotgun things all around her neck, and if something happened, it would blow her up. Yeah.
See, I never watched that movie.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't.
Yeah, I'm not into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We got another.
It was at the regular theater. I thought it was going to be okay to watch. It's not we watching Faces of Death.
We got another trade here with 2 minutes left into the trade deadline. The Memphis Grizzlies are trading Marcus Smart and a 2025 first-round pick to the Washington Wizards in a multi-team trade that sends 2 second-round picks to Memphis.
Wow.
It says Memphis is creating they now create roster flexibility with this move.
I'm sorry, I don't like that. I don't like that trade at all for Memphis.
It's just been told, we'll go back to Marcus Smart. I'm sorry, it's just been told that Kevin Durant is not being traded. He is sticking with the Phoenix Suns. So Phoenix Suns are still going to be in the basement. Why would you want to keep a bum like KD? We call him Bum D. That's right, Chris. That's right, Chris. The hate ain't going nowhere. The hate is still around.
They messed up. They messed up getting Bradley Beal. That hasn't worked out at all.
What would you have done?
That has not worked out at all for those guys. You're right. It has.
Frankie, what would you have done if Durant would have got traded to the Lakers?
I wouldn't watch the Lakers the rest of the season.
Yeah, you would.
I really wouldn't, Jay. I won't.
Shit.
Jay, you know I won't. As much as I would love to see Luka, there is no way I am watching Kevin Durant in a Laker jersey. No way. No how. Nope.
I bet you money on it that if Durant went to the Lakers, you would be sporting a Durant jersey.
Nope. No, if he got traded to the Lakers, put it like this. If he got traded to the Lakers and they end up winning a championship, I'll still go around calling the Lakers a 17-time world champion.
I don't know how I'd feel about that because, like, I remember when Brady was leaving New England, there was a rumor they might come to Indianapolis. And I'm like, you know how hard it would be for me to root for Tom Brady if he was a Colt?
Oh, no, I think you'd be ecstatic if you got Tom Brady. I don't think it's hard at all for you, Gonzo.
No, it'd be hard. My favorite player of all time is Peyton Manning. Who kept Peyton Manning from getting more Super Bowls? Tom Brady.
Okay, Jay, who's the player that you hated that was good?
Well, I hated Brady for sure.
But you would have took Brady on the Cowboys, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You just want to win.
No, seriously. In all seriousness, yeah. I mean, look, I can hate a guy all day long, but if he can get my team back to the Super Bowl or put me in a position to get back to the Super Bowl, you know what? I'm going to get over that hate.
Well, I'm sure I probably would have eventually rooted for him, but it would have been weird at first because I've rooted against him for so long.
Yeah, no, trust me, I understand where you're coming from. I do. I understand where you're coming from on that. Another player that I hate is Aroldis Garcia, right? For the Rangers. Hate that dude. Hey, look, he can take that bat flip and shove it up his pooter hole. And the other one I hated was Soler.
You got to get some bat flip.
It's not the bat flip. It's the attitude that goes with the bat flip. You know what I'm saying? Come on, you know what I'm saying? It's that. Gonzo, he just had to be there, man. He was very arrogant about it.
So what did he do? Hit a home run against. Wait a minute. So what did he do? Hit a home run against the Astros and gave a little bit of a bat flip, and that pissed you off.
No, it was several home runs. First of all,
I knew it was.
If it would have been one, I probably could have dealt with it, but it was several. No, it was just the way he went about it, right? Now, I'm not saying I think the Astros maybe even said something that pissed him off, and I think that's what led to because he just had a little arrogancy to it. It wasn't like, okay, it was just, I don't know, man. It was that
you just want him to hit the home run, drop the bat, run the bases, and be done with it.
Still gonna be
Oh, here we go.
I was in my feelings, so that might have had something to do with it.
Here we go. This is for Tony and Chris. Right before the trade deadline had ended, the Indiana Pacers are trading James Wiseman and cash to the Toronto Raptors.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Toronto's starting to do something now.
Is Wiseman gonna be back this year?
I don't know if he was going to be back this year or not. He got hurt at the beginning of the season and been out.
Wow.
No, they picked up Bryant. Bryant's been playing really well.
Yeah. That's why they made that move.
I think Bronny's going to play really well for you guys too.
Uh,
I think you guys should have traded for Bronny. He would have done great things.
Could you imagine the hate that would come from Gonzo if that happened?
I mean, let me ask you guys this real talk for Tony and Chris. If we were throwing out Dalton Knecht out there in the trade market, would you guys have gone for that?
For Turner?
Yeah, for Turner, because obviously it went for a center.
I don't think so.
no.
But I'll be honest with you.
We really don't.
I know who Dalton is, but I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of his play.
I don't think they would.
It's not fair for me to say.
I don't think Pacers would because we're pretty set at guard. We have a couple good good shooters off the bench at guard.
Big Glenn says, how about quitting fan zone if we get Bronny?
Yeah, he's part of the fan zone because he sits in the Turner block.
Yeah, he's in the Miles Turner fan zone. That's where he sets every game.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God, we're still getting some late. We're still getting some
We
late
definitely
trade
don't
news over
We
here.
definitely don't want to see Turner go.
Turner's a big community guy too. So
Wow.
I think he's a pretty big fan favorite in Indiana.
Let me double check.
But
Let
I
me
think
double
the question
check.
is that they're not going to be able to pay him or something they're concerned about in the future.
Yeah, look. We learned Saturday night ain't nobody safe. Anybody can get traded.
That's true.
I mean, who would have thought Saturday night was going to hear that Luka and AD had been traded for each other?
Jay, how would you feel if Durant would have got traded to Houston?
Yeah, I don't know if I would have liked that, but I say that because
Yes, you would.
hold on. It really depends. It depends on what we give up for Durant. If we don't give up a whole lot for him, like if we don't give up some of our core pieces, then I'm okay with that. So in other words, maybe we let Van Fleet go for Durant. Okay, all right, I can deal with that. But if you start telling me you're letting Jabari Smith Jr. go, or if you're going to let Jalen Green go, or if you're going to let Sagoon go, then yeah, I'm going to have an issue with that. So it really depends on what we would have given up to take on Durant, right? That would have been the issue for me.
I guarantee Phoenix was asking for like so many first-round picks.
Yeah.
How excited would you have been if Houston would have got Bronny James?
What'd you just say?
I asked Jay how excited he'd have been if Houston would have traded for Bronny.
Oh, he would have been real excited. He would have loved Bronny.
No, hey,
They know.
hey, not as excited as you would have been.
Hey, they know how to develop.
No,
Hold on,
okay,
Jay.
maybe,
Hold on,
but-
Jay. Y'all know how to develop some young talent over there in Houston. Okay, yeah, I've been seeing that. Y'all got a lot of young talent there. I feel like y'all could have developed Bronny for a good cause.
You know what? You put him in the G League and see what he does. Again, that's one of those things. That's what are we going to give up to get Bronny? Right? I mean, if you're giving up a second round pick to get Bronny, okay, whatever.
I'd say a hot dog vendor from Houston.
No, not the hot dog vendors. I like them. Hey, they got better hot dogs than the vendors than they do in the stadium. Don't give up the vendors. That might be a no-go. No, I just think it depends on what you give up to get Bronny. I think Bronny can be good in the league. It depends on how well he continues to develop in the G League. I mean, in the G League, he's had some 30-point games out there, so that shows me that he can score. It just he needs time to develop, and I don't think that the way the Lakers are handling it right now with him, bringing him up, putting him down, bringing him up, I don't like that. Let the man stay there and develop, and then let's give him a shot, right?
What do you guys think of NFL announcing they're going to have a game in Melbourne, Australia next season?
Damn. Well, that might be interesting.
It's going to be the Rams, and I forget who the Rams are playing, but yeah, it's going to be in Australia.
I mean, that's about the same as if they are in London or Germany or whatever. I mean, it doesn't really affect me too much. Now, if they were going to China or someplace like that, I might have an issue. But, Australia? Yeah.
How long do they go to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, I'm really surprised. Honestly, Tony, that's a good point you bring up because I'm really surprised.
It won't be too long.
Hey, they pay a ton of money.
It won't be.
I'm about to say that's a lot of money right there.
You know how much they paid WWE to go there? $55 million.
I can't even imagine. $1 billion?
No, I think it's $55 million. They pay more for they make more off going to Saudi Arabia than do WrestleMania.
Yeah, I can believe that because, like you said, the Saudis got a lot of money over there, Chris. A lot of damn money, and they don't mind. Look, I think what they did with the Live Golf Tournament shows you how much money they have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the amount of money they're giving those guys is ridiculous. And I don't mind. I don't blame the players for going to play for Live instead of the PGA. I mean, you go where the money's at. That's the name. That's why it's a business.
Let me ask you guys this: Was this the craziest trade deadline or what? I mean, this year was crazy with the trades. Oh my Lord, we didn't even talk. I'm looking at Twitter right now. And we didn't even talk about how the Pelicans traded Brandon Ingram to the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, and if I'm Brandon Ingram, I'm probably happy about that because obviously in New Orleans he was in purgatory. Maybe with Toronto, who actually has some, they'll have more team success.
Really, Jay, let's look at it at a different point. Like, I understand your standing, but wouldn't you have rather trade Zion and kept Brandon Ingram and built more around Brandon Ingram?
Yeah. Well, how old is Brandon Ingram? Is he in his late 20s?
He's not that old.
He's probably what, 27?
Yeah, mid to late 20s. Okay.
But do you think anybody wants Zion?
Yeah, that's a whole other matter right there.
I'm sure teams would have probably taken Zion.
I don't think it's a matter of them wanting him. I think it's a matter of what are they willing to give up to bring him in. I really think it's more that angle because do you really want to give up a lot of people for a guy who's injured a lot? But he is a game changer. When he's on the court, he is a game changer. The problem is how much can you keep him on? How many can you keep him on the court? I mean,
how long's he been there? How many years?
What, 5? Maybe 4 or 5?
I got a question for you guys because I've been hearing it the last couple of days. Everybody talking about either Luka's lack of defense or how Luka's fat and out of shape. Why are all of a sudden we're making the way Luka's build looks a big deal, but we don't for like Jokic. Jokic looks like he's out of shape, lazy, fat white dude, but nobody says anything because he puts up great numbers. Luka puts up great numbers, but because he ain't ripped and have an 8-pack, he's getting murdered for it. What's the difference?
Well, I feel like because Luka's a big point guard, that's why. I think that I that's just my opinion. I feel like people look at it and they're like, point guard shouldn't be 260. Point guard shouldn't be out of shape. They should be, small, fit, ready to like do what they got to do. But they also got to think like that's Luka. Like that's the way he's built. I like a big point guard. Don't get me wrong. I like a big point guard. That's
And
someone there.
that's the European style.
Yeah, basically.
Play as well.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
I mean, Jokic is a center, right? If I'm not mistaken. And so, Shaq was a center. Shaq was a big guy. Shaq wasn't exactly the most in shape of people. And sometimes even Charles Barkley was the most in shape of people, right? I mean, I do not think what Frankie said about the what position they're playing has something to do with it. But also, Joker does have MVPs, and he does have triple-double kingdom behind him, and he does have a damn title. I mean, he's got a lot of successes that Luka still doesn't have.
Yeah, but even before he got the title, we were never talking about his being out of shape. We were just talking about he ain't been able to win the big one.
You're averaging a triple-double every night?
I mean, what's Luka average? 28 points, 8 or 9 assists, and or 5 rebounds. That's garbage. I mean, come on now. All right, we're acting like Luka ain't putting up great numbers.
Listen, I don't care about the conditioning. I don't care about what he looks like because at the end of the day, that's what he looked like in Dallas, right? He's now in LA with a guy who cares about conditioning more than anyone in the NBA at the age of 40. So I know LeBron James is going to get this man into the gym. I know he's going to get him into some conditioning. I know he's going to get him back to where he needs to be. So I'm not worried about the conditioning and the weight size of Luka. What I'm worried about is the health of Luka. That's all I care about is the health of Luka. Stay healthy, man, because I'm telling you right now, you stay healthy and you stay on the court, the Lakers are going to be a dangerous team. Now, the one thing that caught my eye as I'm watching ESPN, NBA Insider, all this stuff is the bench scoring. Honestly, we traded away Dalton Connect for a center. We needed that, but now we're looking at it. Who's going to be on our bench scoring points when LeBron is sitting down, or when Luka's sitting down, or Austin Reeves is sitting down? Who's going to be that other guy, that sixth man, basically, to step up and carry the bench? That's the one thing that's catching my eye with the Lakers if they want to make it far is bench scoring.
Yep. Or lack thereof, right?
Yeah, basically. Because realistically, I have no faith in Gabe Vincent. I really don't. Who else can you count on? I mean, the guy that we traded earlier in the season for Brooklyn, Smith. I haven't seen much production from that dude as well. Who else?
And let's be honest, that bench scoring is a huge thing, right? I mean, if you look at the Rockets lineup, we don't have exactly the best starting five, but we do have a deep bench with Eason and Tate and company. I mean, these guys can give you 16, 15 points a night, every night, just about. I mean, either one of those guys are always scoring double digits. And that's what you need, Frankie. I think you said it the best. You need to have a strong, big bench to complement that starting five. And a lot of teams that had and I think Phoenix is a prime example. Great starting five, not a good bench necessarily.
I mean, I can see them doing something like, they keep Luka in. It's kind of like the same thing they did with AD and LeBron, right? LeBron gets his rest, keep Luka in with Austin Reeves, let them, work around the bench, and then they start switching out from that point. Bench Luka, bench Austin Reeves, bring LeBron back in, let him carry the squad for a little bit. It's gonna take some time, but we need somebody else that's on that bench because we lost people. We lost Max Christie, we lost Dalton Connect, so we don't have that person on that bench that's gonna come out and do the shooting for us. Who's gonna step up? I don't know. I can't wait to see.
But I think the dynamic changed a little bit because you got a good young center, and he can score. I mean, I'm not saying he's the guy who's replacing him, but I think he averaged like 18, 19 points a game.
Yeah,
8-9 rebounds a game. So now you got him. Plus, you got another good score that you guys just picked up from Dallas. So I think that. I know you still need the bench, but I think the starting lineup is definitely stronger now.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's I don't know that. I think the NBA landscape traded a little bit with the Doncic trade with LA and stuff. That was a big momentum trade. I think the stockpile of picks that Atlanta's getting was a huge factor. But outside of that, I didn't really see a whole lot of big time moves.
Our buddy David Kraft is happy that Miles Turner's not going nowhere.
Yeah, he's another guy that sets in the Turner's block. That's one thing the Pacers has got. Pacers got a lot of depth. They play 10, 11 players every game and have 6 or 7 people in double figures every game.
That's
What's up,
how
big
we.
boy?
Yeah, doing good, man. How about you guys? You guys like my logo?
Yep.
Yeah, getting ready for Saturday, man. So yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, man.
how do you feel
I
about the
think we-
Pacers spread tonight, Glenn? +5 again, +5 at the Clippers.
Sounds about right. I think we'll win by about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
I like the Pacers at the +5 as well. I think
Glenn,
Pacers
get that
win.
stupid shit off, Glenn. You know you're a true Laker fan.
Nah,
We know you got 2 teams in every sport. We know your Western team is the
Two,
Lakers.
shit. He got one too.
If
got
I have
one
a Western
too.
Conference team, it's probably Dallas, honestly, because Mark Cuban. And that's about it.
Mark Cuban's not even part of Dallas no more.
I think he still has a minority share with the
He ain't got shit. He got a Shark Tank share of the Mavericks.
If he was still there, that trade wouldn't happen.
Exactly.
Oh, you saw how pissed he was about it, right? Oh, he was not happy at all. At all.
He sold something to do with a casino or something, and all kinds of shit.
I'm really surprised
Yeah,
that he sold the Mavs or sold his majority stake in the Mavs. I really didn't think Mark Cuban was ever going to leave them like that, to be honest.
Rumor was he was going to buy a MLB team
Oh, was that right?
there for a while.
He's going to buy the Astros.
I mean, in all honesty,
Hey,
I was hoping he'd buy the
I
Reds.
don't like that.
I don't know I mean, look,
I was hoping he'd buy the Reds because
I
he
love
spent some.
Drake McClain. I love
He would have
Drake
spent some
McClain.
money. These owners we have now usually don't want to spend money. I will give him something because they actually went out and got a manager, and I'm excited about this year. But usually we still don't spend a whole lot of money on our roster compared to everybody else.
Yeah, I like.
We need to start deferring these contracts so we can start signing all these Japanese players. And
Don't even get me started. Don't bring it up. You trying to work my nerves right now. Don't do it.
Why ain't the Mexicans getting the money? Why are all the Japs getting the money?
I know, Chris or Tony. What the fuck?
I know. Shit.
Trump, do your job. Stop worrying about going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting there next to Taylor Swift.
Hey, I don't know about. Don't be calling out Trump. He may. One day
I'm
the
on
show
his
may come
side.
on. I may not be here.
Oh,
Tony, I'm on his side. I'm trying to get these people out of LA.
I'll be like born in East LA. I don't speak no damn Spanish.
Oh, I see that movie. That's funny as hell.
Hey, did you see where this is sports related, but I didn't want to. Did you see where Trump is banning transgendered athletes in female sports? And now I think it's San Jose State University is taking action against transgendered athletes in female sports. I saw that the other day.
Yep.
It's interesting. I mean, yeah, it's interesting. I think the landscape of sports is changing a lot in a lot of different ways. Baseball and football and Olympic sports and things like that. I mean, a lot of it is the landscape is changing. It's interesting.
Yep.
Deion Sanders says he couldn't coach in the NFL because of practices. Did y'all see that?
He said, "Fuck Jerry."
Because of what?
He did kind of say that a little bit, I think, to Jerry.
Talking about practice. You talking about practice, man?
Practice.
Why? Because of practices.
He said Sanders explained his unique reason for not wanting to return to the professional level, and a lot of it, I guess, had to do with the practices. I guess he's saying, but I guess the way the practices are run, I'm guessing. He says, despite many rumors and countless hours of television segments spent on and said rumors, Colorado Buffaloes head coach Deion Sanders is not going to be an NFL coach for the 25 season. A brief dalliance, I guess, he had with the Cowboys and McCarthy, but he takes issue with the way they run practices.
It don't make sense. If you're the head coach, you run practice.
Hey, listen, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you.
But I've also heard that the way it's set up down there in Dallas, it's like a circus because they always have like tours going on, and like there's just random people walking through the hallways doing a tour, and all these NFL players are in there lifting weights and doing their workout and stuff, and guys said it's almost like a zoo. So that's probably what he was talking about.
Could be.
Hey, you know what's funny about that, Chris, is that would never happen if Bill Polian was running it, because you've heard stories about when Bill Polian was with the Colts, how that the building was pretty much on lockdown.
Yeah, it says quote unquote. Deion says that's the way we practice. Sanders said per NFL Talk. I know it's cute, but I couldn't coach pro ball. The way they practice, the way they go about it, I couldn't take it as a man and as a football enthusiast. I care about the game. The game is still providing for Troy and there's no way I could allow that to happen on my watch. That would be tough.
He might be talking about the way, like in NFL, you can't tackle at practice, you can't do this at practice. So he might be talking about that as well.
Do you guys think Deion could relate to the NFL players of today? You think he could?
I still think he can. I still think he can. I still think he has a pulse. And look, my thing is, if you can relate to college players, you should be able to relate to pro players. You know, he knows the business, right? He knows how the business is run.
I think he can, because I think it'd be harder to relate to the younger college kids than what it is the guys that are in the NFL right now.
Oh, for sure. College kids got a lot of issues that they have to deal with, and he's not a young tooth. He's not a young guy anymore. You know, the landscape of people in the youth has changed, right? The way they talk, the way the language is, the way they do things. I mean, look around. I look around and I see these college kids and the way the world is now, Tony, and I couldn't relate to them. I could barely relate to my wife. I could much less relate to them.
Pacers got $4.30 tickets for the Knicks game on Tuesday. They must be rolling it back like it's 1995.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I thought maybe they're trying to be like AEW and doing 2 for 1.
Yeah. They did that, they would actually sell out. The Pacers, when I say that, I mean the Pacers. If AEW did that, they might be lucky to get through that.
Pacers haven't been selling out?
Oh, they've been selling out. I just think that they're making so much money that they're able to do a deal like that.
Probably some kind of promotion.
Nobody cares about the Pacers.
Yeah.
They would have cared if you had traded for Bronny.
Frankie's one shot, because I'm telling you, if we had Bronny, I was going to Jersey, New York, wherever your ass is. I was going to shoot you.
I'm in Houston. You want my address?
I'd open up to WJ. Boom.
I got Jay's address. I ain't going out to jail like that.
Oh, Glenn gonna sell you out, Jay.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Listen, it's not the first time a white man's been sold out. Okay, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Hey,
It'll
did
be
Jimmy
all right.
Hoffa get sold out?
Hey, he's still, I think, in that concrete at
Maybe
Giant
you should-
Stadium.
Jay, maybe you should be talking to Schroeder.
If there's anything in there.
Oh no! I'm gonna stay as far away from that conversation as humanly possible. Hey, real quick. Steph Curry says about joining forces with Butler. This is what he said about Butler. I understand there was a lot of drama down there, Curry told reporters. Who really knows what the story is? We expect to have a motivated, committed Jimmy that's ready to impact our team for the better. Got to work out the kinks. I wonder what those kinks are that they got to work out. But got to work out the kinks of what it looks like, and I'm excited to get to work. Got to feed off the energy of something new.
Are you gonna watch something while you're on stream?
I wonder what Jimmy's going to bring to that team that they got to work out, the kinks of, and what is he going to do to make it new?
He's probably going to get back in game shape because he's barely played in like the last month.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, he hasn't played. Well, I don't think he's so far out of shape because he hasn't played that long, but you got to imagine. I mean, it's more for me the mental psyche of it all. Like, can he get over what happened in Miami? Let it all go, and then go and focus on what he's got to do in Golden State. And how will he get along with his Golden State people? You know, he had issues there in Philly. He had issues there in Miami. They ran him out of Chicago.
I think he'll be fine for about 2 years. He'll be fine for 2 years, and then
you think it'll go south?
Yep.
Yeah. And Jimmy's not exactly the youngest either, right? I mean, you know, isn't he in his 30, 31, Frankie? Was that right for Jimmy?
Jimmy? Yeah, he's in his 30s. I think he's like, I want to say maybe 32. Hold on.
I mean, Golden State still. I mean, if Jimmy comes in and everything goes great, I mean, he's carried teams before.
Well, Jimmy's 35.
He's carried teams before, and I think, like Frankie said earlier, I think Curry will start playing better. I think he'll get better shots. I think he'll start playing better. I really do. Golden State could be a dangerous team.
Yeah.
And they could flop. You just don't know.
Hey, by the way, Gonzo and Tony, your boy Reggie Miller has ripped the Mavericks for character assassination of Luka Doncic after the trade. Reggie getting in on that.
All right.
Do the Reggie.
Reggie's great.
I love Reggie Miller.
Sucks he never got a championship.
Yeah, it really does. And by the way, I really liked him in Uncle Drew. I mean, he did a great job acting in Uncle Drew.
What did he put? Hold on. Why did Billy put this up?
Washington Ave, Albany, New York. LOL.
Why did he put
Thanks, Bill.
Why did he put this up right now? I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm confused too. What happened with that? Wait, what's the backstory?
Because I hope that's not looking for me because I don't live in Albany, New York. I'm in Albany, the Albany area, but I don't live in Albany. What's crazy to me is there is a Washington Avenue in Albany, New York. So I'm like, why did he put this up? I'm confused. No, seriously, I'm scared now. I'm scared now. What's going on? Will he on his way?
We could have a drone strike.
I'd be more concerned about somebody circling your block through the day and night.
He said, Frankie, I got friends on that street.
Hey, wait, hold on. Billy, are you saying that you got friends on that street because if they're going to start looking out for Frankie, does Frankie need to be looking over his shoulder?
It'll be like GTA 3.
Billy's
I'm good.
Billy's Connecticut.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, Billy's in Connecticut, I believe.
I don't live in Albany, so I'm good. And even if I do walk the streets of Albany, I always keep a shoulder out over my shoulder. I don't like Albany; it's too dangerous.
Wow. Hey, I think that was just a random comment that he has friends on that street. Now I don't think he's coming for you, Frankie. You could probably go outside.
Yeah, you're good, Frankie, man.
I don't think you
No, I
got
was just confused.
or anything.
I'm like confused. I know I wasn't paying attention for like 5 minutes, but then I look over and I see the comment. I'm like, wait, Washington Ave, Albany, New York. What's going on? What did I miss? Like,
Oh, and the plot thickens.
Albany is tough. Albany's crazy. Albany's insane. There's always something going on in Albany. The only time I go to Albany is when Monday Night Raw WWE comes to the MVP arena, or if I have to take my daughters to Disney on Ice, which I don't mind. Kind of
Because you want to be out there on ice, Frankie?
Yeah, I
make sure you
kind
park
of
in a nice
want to
spot,
skate with
Will.
Elsa, Anna, Olaf. You know, I want to skate with Lion King. I wouldn't mind skating with Woody and Buzz. It'll take me some time. I'm not an ice skater, but hey, I think I could get the hang of it.
Would you skate with Mufasa?
What'd you say?
Would you skate with Mufasa?
Yeah. I would. I would actually save him.
Can I tell him who you should
Save him.
Hey, you see that? Former Vikings general manager Rick Spielman is joining the Jets front office. Do you guys think that the Jets are really trying to become a legitimate team, and that Woody Johnson is saying, you know what? Like he said, he came out and said, look, I need to take this more seriously. I need to be a better owner. And I do think now it looks like he's starting to put the right people in place in New York to have that team taken seriously.
That team
I
that
don't
going
know
to
the
be
team
taken
don't take
seriously.
it seriously.
Joe Namath passes away.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't. It's hard for I don't know because I really thought the Jets was going to be good last season, and then after that debacle, it's hard for me to say that the Jets are going to move in the right direction on anything.
Yeah. So it says that Spielman will be the senior football advisor on the Jets. That's interesting. I mean, they brought him, correct me if I'm wrong, they brought in Muji from, I believe, the Broncos, correct? To be the general manager. I believe he was general manager with the Broncos, if I'm not mistaken.
Who?
Muji, however you want to say that guy's name. Mougey. Darren Muji.
I'm not
I think
sure.
I think he came out of the Broncos organization.
I like who they hired a head coach. I really do like that.
Hey, we almost got Kobe White, Chris. Pace about to try to get Kobe White from Chicago before the bell.
Well, we got about a half hour.
Always 4 o'clock it ends.
I thought the deadline was over.
Yeah, it should be. I think it should be over at 4. Is it 4 o'clock Eastern, or was it 3 o'clock?
Oh, then, yeah, it might happen. So I bet you.
Was it 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock?
What was that?
What is it? Was the trade deadline at 3 Eastern or 4 Eastern?
3 o'clock Eastern.
Oh, it's already over. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I said it to Tony and Chris as the deadline was over. They ended up trading James Wiseman. I forgot to who I think I said.
Yeah.
I think I said Washington.
Toronto.
I think I said.
Thanks, Toronto.
Toronto, yeah, Toronto. And they also send them cash as well. So I still don't know what you guys got in return. Like, what was the point in sending them James Wiseman and cash? What did you guys get in return? Did you guys get any news on that for the Pacers side?
Probably to try to free up some money to sign Miles this summer. That'd be my only guess.
Let's see if I can find anything. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Because I'm also trying to figure out what did the Rockets get in return, or what did the Rockets give in return for getting that one player, and also they got their 2025 draft back, but I want to know what the Rockets gave in return. I didn't see all of them.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know what they gave up too for that. Yeah, that would be very interesting. Yeah. So it looks like Toronto, Brandon Ingram, I guess, is out. I guess Brandon Ingram must be dealing with injury, huh?
I'll be really quiet if I can finish my video.
What was the question?
I don't see James Wiseman on their depth chart though. On Toronto's depth chart.
I'm not seeing what the Pacers got, but from what I'm reading, they basically made this trade because they were only 147,000 under the where they'd be on the luxury tax. So this saved up like almost $5 million, and it frees up a roster spot if they want to go after somebody in the buyout market.
I'm not even
What y'all
so
think
sure
about
who
the
they would
Kuzma,
actually
the
want
Kyle
to go buy
Kuzma
out,
and-
honestly.
Hey, what did y'all think about the
Not
Kuzma
surprised.
trade for Chris Middleton?
Not surprised, honestly.
I was surprised Milwaukee got rid of Middleton.
Yeah, last few years, Middleton hasn't been able to stay healthy the last couple of seasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been on the bench more than he's played. At least last season. I don't know much about this season.
So now Milwaukee's got a starting five of Lillard, Andre Jackson, Kuzma, Giannis, and Brook Lopez. I mean, that's not a bad starting five.
Not too bad.
I mean, Kyle Kuzma looks like he's averaging 15, 5, and 2. It's not bad. I don't know where Milwaukee's at in the standings, though. Do y'all know where they are in the standings?
I think they're right behind the Pacers, I believe. Like
Yeah,
fifth.
fourth or fifth.
Yeah, they're fifth. Yeah, you're right. Pacers are at number 4, and Milwaukee's at 5, with Miami at 6. Okay.
I would love for the freaking Pacers Boston, or not Pacers Boston, but a Pacers Milwaukee first round.
Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting.
We beat them last year first round, wasn't it? On the first round? Or was it second round?
No first round. Because we had that weird ass 6 o'clock start for our first home game against them.
Well, all right, Jay, you got anything else before we get out of here for today?
Yeah, and I just want to just tell everybody, hey, make sure you continue to look at our Twitch page as Jacob is really taking off over there on Twitch and our gaming side. He's doing a lot with the gaming, with the MLB, the show, and all that kind of stuff, Call of Duty and stuff. So give our Twitch account a look and see what Jacob's doing over there. And also make sure you give Gonzo Sports Room a subscribe and like on their YouTube, as well as ESEN's YouTube page. If you can give us a like and a subscribe, we would totally be appreciated. And that's all I got, brothers.
All right. Frankie, you got anything?
My nipples hurt. No, I'm joking. Chris looked back at the screen like, wait, what did he say?
I got something though.
No. Seriously, it was a crazy trade this year, starting from December all the way to now. Been crazy. A lot of people have moved around. I'm excited to see the second half of the NBA season. I can't wait to see this new Laker look up. It's hopefully starting this Saturday. We play tonight, but Luka's not playing, and I'm sure that Mark Williams isn't going to be there as well, obviously, because he just got traded last night. But this Saturday, we're going to see Luka and Mark Williams on this squad, so I can't wait for this Saturday game against the Pacers, baby, against Indiana. Yeah, that's how you're going to start it off. But I also want to say rest in peace to Virginia Hollis McCaskey. She was the second owner of the Chicago Bears, taking over for her father when he passed away. He was basically the founder of the Chicago Bears. His daughter took over after he passed. She passed away today at the age of 102, guys. She lived to 102. So rest in peace to her. She had an amazing life. Tony and Jay, I know you guys know how she led the Chicago Bears. Let's not forget she's the one with the Mike Ditka and era and everything like that. So she was a great owner, and I know that Chicago will miss her dearly.
Hey, I have something for you guys today before we get out of here. So today, I pretty much got the hang of better of our Gainbridge Fieldhouse, crushing the Lakers' smallest trade rumors to Los Angeles Lakers since 2017.
Nice. Hey, real quick, I will say tomorrow. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow because tomorrow we will be talking NFL Super Bowl and we'll be doing predictions and all that. So tomorrow is Super Bowl Friday. So it's gonna be that's gonna be a little heated up conversation there. So
it is time. Fucking finally, fucking Super Bowl, baby.
Jay, what are you gonna be eating for Super Bowl? We'll save it for tomorrow. Everybody tell us what we're gonna be eating for Super Bowl.
Hell yeah! I already know what I'm gonna be eating. We'll talk about tomorrow.
I know what I'm gonna be eating, but it's not appropriate for here.
This is a great honor for every fan of the Dallas Cowboys. I'm honored to be in the NFL.
What can I say? Mamba out.